Now, the Mexican president has written a jubilant tweet in the last few minutes announcing the news that the fugitive drug kingpin, who's known by his nickname El Chapo, has been recaptured. Well, this comes 6 months after he managed to escape from his prison cell via an elaborate network of tunnels. Well, for the latest, I'm joined now by France 24's Joaquín Grillo, who's in Mexico City. Joaquín, just tell us how significant it is that El Chapo is now back in custody.
I think it's off the chart in terms of significance. This is about as big a victory as the Mexican government could possibly hope for. When he escaped the most wanted criminal in Mexico and the most wanted drug traffickers on the entire planet, when he escaped 6 months ago, it was a major knockout blow, and a recapturing helped regain some prestige for the Mexican government and Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto.
Yeah, it was seriously humiliating, wasn't it, for the authorities there in Mexico that he even escaped in the first place?
Absolute humiliation. That you can't keep somebody inside jail when you've got a country like Mexico. It's not a small Central American banana republic. It's a country with $1 trillion economy, 120 million people, major armed forces, and you can't keep a man in prison. That really showed a weakness of the state, that he could go out in a crazy fashion in a 1 mile long tunnel with electric lights and evidence. So a real blow to the Mexican government, and this restores something of hope that the Mexican government can keep a lid on the threat of organized crime and drug cartels.
Yeah, it sounds like there was some loss of life in the operation to recapture El Chapo. Have you heard any more details about that operation to bring him back into custody?
Sure, we have some details. These are still not 100% confirmed, but we have details that the Mexican Marines from an elite force made a raid in a house in Sinaloa State, which is the home state of Chapo Guzmán, the real heartland of Mexican cartels. It's like Sicily, it's the Italian mafia. That's what Sinaloa is like to the Mexican cartels. In Sinaloa State, they made a raid on a house, and there was a firefight, and there they captured Chapo Guzmán, but they supposedly captured him alive. And that's the kind of details we have. These Mexican Marines are one of the most trusted arms of Mexican security forces, more trusted than the corrupt military soldiers or police forces. They've been trained by the United States. We're not sure if the United States were involved themselves in terms of intelligence, helping find where he was. But that's what we have so far, but it's still a very, very developing story.
Indeed. And what do you think would the consequences of this will be for the Mexican president? Because you'd have thought that the public will be relieved that he has managed to bring El Chapo back into custody alive. Is he likely to be able to spin this in a positive light?
Yes, certainly. It's a positive story. I mean, it's not no need to a major spin. The story itself speaks for itself. It's a recapture. It's the military winning the day. Now we have to see that they can keep him behind bars. They can keep him in prison, and let's see, they might extradite him to the United States and send him in. He might end up being in Supermax in the United States, where they keep prisoners in cells in the desert, underground, in major concrete walls with 23-hour isolation. That's what might have to do Chapo Guzmán to try and keep him behind bars.
All right. Thank you so much for that update, Joaquín Grillo in Mexico. Thank you very much indeed.